So Molly, what was life like when you were a child?
You know, obviously, I've mentioned before about Dad being like an alcoholic. Just trying to, like, you don't want the younger siblings to see what you obviously see, but you'd open the living room door, like my mum would be black and blue on the floor, and every window on the front of the house, front door, everything would just be smashed, like you're walking over glass. It was horrific. When I look back now and I think, I don't even know how we even managed to stay in their care. It was so bad. It was just so bad.
So how did Home-Start come into your life then, Molly?
I attended like an antenatal appointment at the hospital where my son presented quite difficult behaviour, and I just ended up breaking down, and she could see I was really struggling anyway. Obviously she knew I was by myself, and obviously she was the midwife, with her specialism was around drink and drug abuse, so she wanted to do some testing and she said, I want to refer you to Home-Start.
So what difference do you think Home-Start's made to you and your family, your children?
They've made like a massive difference, and that probably seems like a really simple statement to make, but unless you walk in my shoes you wouldn't know how much of a difference it's made. All I can do is tell you, without Home-Start, my children probably wouldn't have a mum today, like, because I was at crisis point so bad that when they stepped in it was just the perfect time. And then all of a sudden, boom, this pandemic hit us.
Yeah.
And from there, things really took its
Because you couldn't really get out, could you?
Couldn't get out, obviously having the children at home, because I was really isolated, and I really felt it. And 2-3 weeks into the pandemic, I felt like things could have spiralled out of control again. And it's like you're trying to follow these government guidelines where it's so hard to adapt, and that then took its toll on me mentally. And I started self-harming with like tipping scalding water onto my arms and my hands, and and then it was just like, because I didn't think there was any way out, but then again Home-Start come up, contacting me, like seeing what I needed. Obviously they knew that I was struggling with like the kids and their needs and getting out of the house, and again they just went above and beyond, and I just feel like and it kept me sane.
And what do you think it would have been like for you during the pandemic if we hadn't been there for you to help you?
I wouldn't be here today, that's for sure. The children's needs are too significant for like one person to just be able to carry. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I just think like I probably would have. Well, I've researched it a few times on how to take my own life. It upsets me in thinking about it.
Yeah. It's tough. So you think Home-Start and the people in Home-Start, your volunteers, made a huge difference?
Yeah, massively. Like, I don't think people realise. But not just like, again, like I said, not just to me, like to the whole of like my family, my mum, my kids. You just remember that day. I just remember that news conference thinking, how am I going to cope? Honestly, I remember it still till this day.
It was massive, wasn't it? Really huge. But we coped. You coped. You did really well.
Kept me going.
Probably kept us going as well.
Everything's like going to be okay, and that I'm okay, and that the children will be okay, because we've got an amazing team around us, and that's Home-Start.